I've got the Flybear FX8820 SU35 3-channel micro Parkjet. It's a blast of a little plane. The props are already turning in this wind. I've got 5 to 7 out here today. I'd say 8 to 9 miles per hour would probably be the limit for this little tiny guy. But anyway, let's get it in the air, launching. I love it. It just takes off. I just give it a full throttle with the slightly upward angle on the toss. And I love these 3-channel Parkjets. They're a blast to fly. And you can fly them in some significant wind, you know, given their size and their weight. It's just a blast. Okay, let's go downwind here. I've been hovering this all morning out here. This is my 3rd battery pack. The stock LiPo is a 1S 300 milliamp hour LiPo. I have 2 of those that came with it, and I've already used both of them. The battery that I have in it now is an old Eachine 1S 380 milliamp hour LiPo that weighs 1.2 grams more than the stock LiPo, but as you could see, it is doing just fine. I think that you would be able to, I don't think it would have any problem handling a 400 milliamp hour 1S LiPo if you have some of those. I think 2 grams more weight is not going to make any difference with this little Parkjet. But look at that, is that cool? There's that cool. I love bringing these little Parkjets out in significant wind and just hovering them around. This also has LED lights. I've got the LED lights turned off. We can turn them on. We'll bring it back through here and take a look at the LED lights. And then it has a stunt button. It will do a loop. And it does those fairly well, even in significant wind like this. I love the fact that this has elevator control, pitch control. All right, so let's see. Yeah, you can barely see it, you know, with the sun. You can barely see the LEDs right now, but there you can see them, right? Oh yeah. So, and then we'll turn it back off again so we save power. All right, so I'll gain a little bit of altitude and see if we could do the stunt button, do a loop with it. It's more of a flip in this wind than a loop. I think it would do better, you know, with the stunt in calmer wind conditions. So I'll try to bring it back out again. All right, ready? There we go. I think it does that pretty well given the size and the weight and this wind that it's flying in. All right, let's bring it back over here. We'll do it again. There we go. This is courtesy of Banggood. I want to thank them much for sending this for review. I am going to have a ton of fun with this. Well, I am. This is my 3rd flight already this morning. I'm going to put a couple more flights on it. I love coming out and hovering these little Parkjets around in this kind of wind. That is just too cool. And after I've had my fun with it, I will gift it to a kid in the family, and they're going to have an absolute blast. They are going to love this. It's going to be like an early Christmas gift, you know. There'll be links to it in the show notes. There'll be links to the playlist in the show notes. I'll have all the details of this little 3-channel Parkjet on TinkerzLab. If you want to take a look at that and get all the details, there'll be a link to the plane to purchase. Last time I checked, I think it was like 55 bucks, something like that, with 2 LiPos. Yeah, and if you have some additional LiPos like I have, I've got tons of these little 1S LiPos ranging in everything from 300 to I think 650 milliamp hour 1S LiPos. And I think anything from a 300 to 400 is going to work fine, no problem. Good. I'm going to cut the power here a little bit and bring it down. Look at that. It's just, is that fun or is that fun? It's like a remote control kite. Okay, so let's bring it up a little bit. I'll bring it up a little bit and I'll show you this. Give it a little more gas. Okay, it's in this wind and there it is. I'm not even touching the control. Look at that. Flybear does an excellent job with their gyros. That is absolutely awesome. So a child who has never flown an RC aircraft before is going to have a blast with this. Alright, let's go downwind. Alright, and we'll turn it upwind again. And bring it back. We'll bring it down again into the wind. The wind is kind of tapering off now. Boy, the last couple of flights I had, was really good wind. But I would say we're about 4 to 5 now, and it can still hover it. It can still hover it at 4 to 5. The first couple of flights I had it out, it was pretty easy just to fly backwards with it. But that is so cool. Look at that. Oh, we're going backwards now. Got a little more wind up there right now. Look at that. It handles it just awesome. Alright, let's go downwind again. Fast downwind. Alright, we'll turn it back upwind. Whoa, that was a gust. I thought it was going to flip it over. Now what I'm doing is I'm just nosing it down a little bit and applying throttle to push against the wind. Alright, now we'll hover it again. Is that cool or is that cool? Get in front of me instead of right over top of me. That is just awesome. Look at that. What a fun little Parkjet. What a fun little Parkjet. And especially for the price. Especially for the price. Okay, so let's bring it back down before I lose my wind. I'm gonna dump it over here in this tall grass. Bring it up past me. Push the nose down a little bit to gain some speed. I'm going to bring it over this tall grass over here because I chose not to put the landing gear on it. The landing gear is so tiny, it's not going to do any good out here in this rough terrain. So I'm just going to hover it down in this tall, weedy stuff over here so I don't damage it. There we go. Alright, let's go pick it up. What a blast of a little 3-channel Parkjet. I love these things. I'm gonna have to pull the trigger like half a dozen of them and just go out and fly with some of the kids from the family and just everybody do combat with them. I think that would be an absolute blast. I want to thank Banggood again for sending this for review. It worked. It handled that 380 milliamp hour 1S LiPo just fine. Alright, that's a wrap on this episode. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the air.